If you want the exclusive, you want the tall boy, because he's going to bring you the exclusive.
So we need to do several things. We need to continue the programs that have started in Atlanta, but we need to add to them. So first, we need to do more with the Small Business Administration and providing loans to small businesses. And I also believe that we need to emphasize more industries than just high tech. I mean, high tech's great and creates a lot of opportunity, but I mean, I'm not cut out to be a software coder. It's not something I could do. As I said, I do home improvement projects. If I were to start a small business, it'd probably be in construction. And so we need to make sure we have the financing, the incubators, the professional support for those organizations. So what can we do to help small businesses be more successful? We need to sort of create a fertile ground for that in the city. So again, that's incubators, that's being able to do business with the city in an easy fashion. I'm a big believer in the enhancement and improvement of the disadvantaged business enterprise and equal business opportunity programs the city has. We should be gearing those to really provide even further assistance to small businesses and minority-owned businesses. So technical support, how do you deal with the city? How do you get a city contract? Can we have an expedited contract form? Things like that. Then tax incentives you mentioned. I mean, in addition to the subsidized loans, we need to look at where we can incent people, particularly if they're going to locate somewhere where we want investment, right? I mean, that's one of the trade-offs that you can make, or deals you can make with a small business, right? We'll give you tax abatements if you locate in this particular area to help the area, because we need to get jobs in more parts of the city. We have people living in Southwest Atlanta, people living on the west side, and there's no jobs there, right? And they end up commuting long distances, which is bad for them and bad for traffic congestion. So again, it starts with clearly messaging how important this is and committing to improving the situation. For mobility, for transit and traffic improvement, what you really need to do is provide more options to people. And so we've seen that building more roads is not enough, right? You can look at cities that have built, and frankly, we've done it here in Atlanta. We keep adding lanes to the connector, and they keep getting full. So we need to have more options for people, right? So that's buses. We need more buses throughout the city. We need small circulator buses in the neighborhoods to get you that last mile to your home. We need to integrate our system with things like Uber, Pool, and Lyft, so that you can get some of these private companies to integrate with the MARTA system. We need more light rail, so light rail connection to Emory, light rail on the Beltline connecting into the city of Atlanta. And some of these things, like the Beltline, will really help us as much in the future as now. The city is expected to double its population over the next 25 years, if not triple it. So some of what we're doing is avoiding a catastrophe, really, by putting in place transit on the Beltline where we hope to have density in certain places. Because if we don't do that, if we double the population of the city from 500,000 to 1 million, you know what's going to happen, right? It's just going to be a congested mess. And so more so than it is now. We also need to put people downtown. We've had lots of development in Midtown and Buckhead. We need development downtown and south of downtown. That's particularly downtown is where we have the infrastructure and capacity for greater density of people. South of downtown, we have lots of corridors that we can develop that really haven't seen development in decades, right? I mean, if you look at some places on Cascade Road or Metropolitan Parkway, they have not seen the investment, and people want the investment. We have to do it without gentrification, to our earlier discussion. So there's a series of things: light rail, heavy rail, buses. I'd also include bike paths in that, and bike lanes, and bike share. All of these things need to be part of the transit solution. At the end of the day, you're trying to provide options to people. We're not going to, the reality is we're not going to put a deck on the connector or bury it. It's too expensive, and also when you look at autonomous vehicle technology within the planning horizon of a project like that, we can't afford it.
Think big, think tall, think tall boy.
Tall boy.